Welcome to Securing Success, where we get to know the professionals that make up the cybersecurity sector. Today, we've got Itzik Alvas, the CEO of Entro Security, with us. Itzik, glad to have you on.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Pleasure to be here.
So I got to tell you, I was really intrigued when I came across Entro. So as you probably know, we track funding for security vendors. And when we do that, we like to know which segment they compete in. And when I saw secrets, it looked like you came up with something unique. And I was really excited to be able to talk to you about this and have you give anybody that's watching some insight into what the secret space really is and generally what does that mean?
Sure. Maybe first I'll introduce myself. So it's Itzik Alvas. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Entro Security, and been in the security space for almost 20 years now. Started at the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force. Worked on several positions since then. Was a CISO for a while. So regarding secrets and the secrets vertical, so let's maybe frame a secret for a second. So every application that is being developed within any organization needs to use cloud services. So cloud services today, right? And those cloud services can be databases or storage accounts or code repositories and etc. And in order for those applications to access or authenticate against the cloud services, they need keys. And those keys are secrets, right? So essentially, secrets are programmatic access keys. And drilling a bit more into that, so those secrets are being created by teams which are not really responsible to secure them. So they are being created by developers and DevOps or SREs, and they are scattering them around, right? So that the name of the problem is secret sprawl. And hopefully, when a developer or someone from the R&D teams creating a secret, hopefully they will store it within vaults, and we can touch a bit about vaults later on, but essentially storages in which secrets can be stored. So hopefully they are creating the secrets at maybe database instances, storing those secrets, those keys into vaults, and then the application can fetch it from that vault and use it in order to authenticate against that database instance. So those are secrets, and again, the main problem is that are being created without any security oversight, and they are being scattered around. So they are being sent over Slack messages or team messages, being saved over code repositories or Confluence, other wiki pages, cloud services, and etc. So really, security have no idea, or security teams have no idea how many secrets they have and where are they. So that's a real issue.
And you're finding those keys or managing them. How exactly should maybe a non-technical person understand exactly what Entro is trying to do with those keys?
Right. So again, the main problem is not having any idea about how many secret keys I have that can access my environment, and then where are they? And then maybe another key problem for security teams is if you ever seen a secret, it's a long string, right? You have no information about it. You can find the secret, and then who's the owner, what cloud service it can access, who's using it, when it was created, why. So maybe the two main reasons or the two main problems why security teams are struggling to add any protection over secrets is they have no idea how many secrets they have no idea how many or where they are, and then they have no idea. Once they found the secret, they have no information about it. So what we are doing at Entro Security, we are able to provide the secret inventory and answer those questions of how many secrets they have, where are they, and then we are able to classify and enrich each secret and basically take that long string and visualize a map around it, and say which application is using what secret to access what cloud service, when it was created, by whom, what privileges does it got within the cloud service, any activity around it. It's like putting an AirTag over secrets, right? So from the moment it was created and until hopefully someone will delete it, we will let you know what's happened with it, who fetched it, who used it, why, who duplicated it, who saved it where, And then we also continuously monitoring those secrets for any abnormal behavior. So if your secrets are being used outside of your organization, we will let you know. If they are being used from an unfamiliar geolocation, maybe from China, and you don't have businesses over there, again, we will let you know. And then we have a lot of other pillars, such as overprivileged secrets and public leaked secrets, dark web secrets, misconfigured vaults, and a lot other more. So we are an holistic solution for secret security for security teams.
And what other segments would you say you compete with? So secrets, it's a relatively new term, something I haven't seen much of. That doesn't mean anything. Maybe there's a lot, but what types of organizations are you competing with, and how are you differentiating? What makes Entro the winner in this situation?
Right on. Okay, so secrets is it's an ancient problem, right? Ever since application try to use external resource such as database, which has been around for a long while, you needed a secret. That secret is connection string in order to authenticate. In order for an application to authenticate against a database, they need connection strings, and that's the secret. If an application would like to access a storage, they need the secret. It can be API key or certificate. So secrets has been around for a long while. And organizations have tried to solve that problem of the secret sprawl, of not being able to know how many secrets they have and who's using them and why. So you have your vaults, and we talked a bit about them before. So vaults are a storage solution. It's a database in which developers or DevOps are using in order to store those secrets. But then for your average organization, you have at least 5 different vaults out there. So you have one for your production environment and one for your test environment, and maybe one at North America and one at Europe. And then if you are leveraging Kubernetes, you will have the Kubernetes vault offering. And if you are using CI/CD, such as Jenkins, you will have Jenkins secrets, which is the vault offering of Jenkins. And GitHub vault, GitHub secrets, and etc. So all of a sudden you have a lot of vaults. So the problem really increased over time and with the cloud adoption. So secrets problem or secret sprawl is a long time problem, but I mean currently the solutions out there are vaults which are not adding any context over those secrets, and you have a lot of them, so you don't know how many vaults or secrets you have stored within them, and then they are missing the context, right? So you don't know. You can log in into a vault and you have no idea what those secrets can do, who's using them, are they being used properly, are they compliant and secure. The other maybe offering out there is secret scanners, and secret scanners are essentially a pattern scanner, so they can find secrets within your code, but they can find also credit cards within your code. They are most of the time they're only covering the code part. So if your secrets are within Slack, they have no visibility. If your secrets are within config files or Kubernetes or publicly exposed, they have no idea. And also they are missing the context part and of course the monitoring, so they can find, I don't know, 1,000 secrets within your code. Then what? Who's the owner? Are those secrets enabled and can still access my cloud service? If so, with what privilege or what service? You have no idea, you can't really act on it. So those are the solutions up today, and people are adopting them and trying to use them, but they only solve a fraction of the problem. And we are the only solution out there that can really protect secrets and manage them for security teams.
That's fascinating. And I've got to imagine, given some of the past roles that you've held, you've probably had this brewing in your head for a little bit, right? But a lot of people have ideas. You've actually executed. So I'm just very curious. How does this idea, right? Probably laying in bed thinking about how to solve this problem at night. How does this idea go from an idea to a company? What drove that action on your part?
Right. So yeah, it's a problem that I faced for a long while. Again, almost 20 years in the cybersecurity industry, and I couldn't really manage my secret. When I tried, I had no idea how many secrets I had. And I was breached. I won't expose the name of the organization, but I was breached using a secret twice. And we had to come up with some solution, right? So we thought about how can we solve that, and I talked with the friends and peers and etc. what they are doing, and truly there weren't a solution out there, right? You have vaults which don't give you any visibility or any inventory, and it's basically a database. So database management, no real security over there, and secret scanners that are missing the context, so you can't really act on them. So there weren't any solutions, and if Entro would exist, I would have used it, right? So I tried to find a solution, and I couldn't. And then I started to drill into the problem. So I read reports and etc. And the main reports out there, Verizon and IBM. So for the past 4 years now in a row, secret targeted attacks are among the top 3 attack vectors out there. Actually 19% or 20%, depends on the report, of all attacks. So that's I mean, it's again one of the top 3 out there, right? And I couldn't believe that it's such a large problem and massive problem, and no one is handling that. And then when you drill down into the numbers some more, you are understanding that it's the number 1 or the most destructive attack to an organization. So in terms of frequency, top 3, and then in terms of destructiveness or costly attack to an organization, number 1, average cost of $4.4 million after an attack like that. So you are seeing them every week and no solutions, and I needed a solution. So I talked with a friend of mine from the army, Adam, who's currently my co-founder and CTO, and we again started to investigate and talk with a lot of people, a lot of CISOs. We actually talked with over 200 CISOs, and none of them had any idea how many secrets they have and where are they and what to do with them and how to protect them. And all of them wanted to do that, but no tools out there to help them do that. So some of them have developed their own solutions, again, not covering enough ground. So we started to work on Entro Security.
So you basically said, if no one's going to do it, we're going to do it.
I need it. So yeah.
Good for you. So it's been a pretty tight VC market, right? You have this idea, you talk to a lot of CISOs, you think you've got something that's going to run.
Yeah.
How was it raising money in this environment?
Not an easy environment, right? The market is going down, and yeah, VCs are tight, but when you have a real problem and when you're validating that problem and then also validating the solution, so we began by asking CISOs and potential customers about the problem, right? Are you suffering from secrets? Do you have any idea how to manage them? Have you ever been breached by a secret, and etc.? So we validated the problem, and we knew there's a real pain out there. And then we started to validating the solution. We started to validating, okay, do you need a secret inventory? Do you need to understand how many secrets you have and where are they? Do you need to visualize a map around them and understand who's using them, what cloud service they can access, with what privileges, who created them, why, and etc. And then also we validated the other pillars, such as voice misconfiguration or abnormal behaviors, and etc. And when those basically discussions started to repeat themselves, and everyone said, yeah, I must have that solution, and if it was exist, I would pay it, take my money, I need that. We took that entire list and went to VCs and said, okay, guys, it's a sophisticated algorithm, you have AIs over here, you have machine learning, we can build it, this is how we're gonna build it, this is the plan, and then we have over 200 CISOs that need that solution, and you can pick and choose, talk with any of them. So it was a fast round for us. We thought it will take several months, again, because the market is decreasing, but it was kind of quick. Again, when you have a real problem and you validated that, and when you have a real solution that can answer that problem and you validate that as well, it shouldn't be that hard to do.
So I'm so glad you went into that level of detail, sincerely, as a business owner myself, because a lot of times people that see the result, they see you got this funding, they see you're making moves in the market, there's news about the company, they don't necessarily understand the type of legwork it takes to get something like this off of the ground, the type of effort, a lot of the challenges that come across your desk that you need to overcome. And so being able to hear you describe all the prep work, and I'm sure it was just a small fraction of what you really had to do to get here. I think
Yeah,
it's important for people to know, because people hear about funding rounds almost every day, even in this relatively slow market. And they just think, well, yeah, they just got money. And they don't necessarily see that there's several human beings putting 12, 15, 18 hours a day in to make this happen. So sincerely, hats off to you.
yeah, thanks. Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about it, Itzik. We talked about your idea, how it came to fruition, what your plan was to get money. Throughout this whole time, did you also plan for what you wanted this to be 1, 2, 5 years down the line? Or was it like, hey, let's put this thing together and see where it goes?
So all number wins, right? It's all true because of course I had a 6 month plan, 1 month plan, 6 month plan, 12 month plan, 5 years plans, and etc. But then you meet the market, but then you're taking your solution and meeting the market, and they are saying, okay, that's great, I need that. But what about that piece of data? Maybe it could help me. And you're asking another customers about that. So you're asking, okay, what if I would add that one? Would it be more helpful for you? And is yeah. So that change your plans, right? Because the customers need some tweaks. So that's changing your plans, and you need to grow with the customers and really listen to feedback and understand what they need, and build the solution according to the real problems they are facing every day, because the world is keep advancing and changing, right? So of course, yeah, you have your budget, and you have your business plan, and you have your R&D plan, and product plan, and etc. You have a lot of plans out there, and of course they are in a good framework, and you are following them. But then if your customers are asking you to do a bit of adjustment, and you are again validating that with other customers, I guess you need to do that adjustments, and that can and probably will change your plans a bit.
Gotcha. It's like, and I don't know if you've heard it or not, it's like the famous Mike Tyson quote. He said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
You met the market, you had a plan. It's getting reshaped as you go. And so from a business objective standpoint, do you guys know what you want to be when you grow up?
Think we are already grown up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. So you have a lot of solutions out there that protects your human users' access, right? So human users, when they authenticate into your core environment, when they want to access their emails at your business, or their drive at your business, you have a lot of solutions that protect them, right? So you have your VPNs, and you have your CASBs, and etc. What about the programmatic access keys or programmatic users that can access your most sensitive databases, right? And your customers' data. You don't even have inventory. So we are starting from there. And our main goal is to be what we are doing and what we are now, the leader of programmatic users and programmatic access keys, and to truly find a solution that can grow over time with the organization and supply everything that the security teams and the CISOs needs in order to protect their programmatic access keys and programmatic users. So yeah, to be the leader of that space, and we are doing that.
So who buys this, right? We've talked a couple times now about customers, but what's the go-to-market for you? who needs this? Is there a vertical or specific size of a company that is going to be able to utilize this versus others?
Yeah, so essentially every company that have internal development team needs our solution, right? Because if they have internal development, they are creating keys, and those keys are out there. And if someone owns one of your keys, or if an attacker owns one of your keys, it's game over. Even your most even the key that you never think can destroy your organization will most definitely destroy your organization. So you don't want to lose your keys, and you want to keep them safe. So every company with internal development needs a solution such as ours. And of course, software companies, which are often moving fast and developing fast, you have more keys. So for your smaller organization with about 20 or 30 developers, you will have at least 500 secret keys. I mean, your average will be around 150 100 keys. So that's like 1,500 keys. That will be your average for a smaller with 30 developers organization. So of course, the larger the company, the larger the problem, the larger the organization, the R&D or developers size, the larger the problem. So of course, software companies are a great vertical for us, and we are seeing a lot of traction from there. Highly regulatory companies such as banks or finance, credit cards, insurance, and etc. Because you have a lot of regulation over those cases, you must replace them, rotate them every 6 months, and etc. So highly regulatory companies such as finance, but then again, we are seeing traction from retail and others, gas and others. Yeah. So every
Interesting.
company with internal development. Yeah.
So I want to pivot briefly here. When we first started talking offline, it's morning time for me here in Colorado. It's nighttime, or at least evening time for you over in Israel.
Yeah.
You told me you still have 6-8 hours of work left to do. So obviously, this is a huge personal commitment, huge challenge. What would you tell other people that are saying, hey, I have an idea and I'm going to go be a founder and start a company? What advice would you give them?
Yeah, so commitment, perseverance, listen to customers, validate what you are doing with your customers, with your buyers. And yeah, I mean, working hard, but if you are working, it's something that you are enjoying to do. If you are solving your own problems and basically realizing your dream of having a solution like that, and when you are seeing customers enjoying your product and protecting themselves, so yeah, of course, you will enjoy that. It's not gonna be easy. Every time it's very, you grew up in a process like that, so you mature. So every maturing process, it's not easy, right? But it's something you should probably do. So yeah, I mean, you will enjoy the ride, validate what you're doing, and work hard and enjoy it.
And so you said something I thought was really important, and that's really being committed to what it is that you're doing, right? If you're going to do it just to do it, it might not be the right move. Is that what I'm hearing? But if you believe in it and you're excited and you want to make a change and you think that your efforts can do that, then it might be the right time for you to jump in.
Yeah, definitely. If you believe in it, and if you again validate the problem and validate the solution, because if you believe in it and all of your customers are telling you, yeah, I don't really need it, maybe someday, but not now, and you are keep hearing that, then probably even if you are believing in that, you will need to do something else. But so when I said perseverance, I didn't mean ignoring your customers, but I meant that it's not easy. It can't be easy to start a business, right? But then again, find something you believe in, find something you can validate, I will keep saying that with your customers and getting their approvals and go for it.
This has been a really intriguing conversation. And before I let you go, because I know you're busy, I got to know what do you do to keep yourself sane? If you're going to work the type of hours that you're working, have the pressures that you have to deal with, is there something that you do outside of work that just makes you happy, that rejuvenates you and gets you ready to go for the next workday or after the weekend, etc.?
Well, first of all, I enjoy my work. I enjoy building my company and protecting our organizations. So just last week, we stopped. Okay, so we had a customer who basically all of his secrets were copied out from his environment to another environment, and he had no idea that it's even happening. So someone is mass downloading your entire secrets, entire vaults, and all of your secrets, and you have no idea. So when we alerted about that, that was a very happy moment for me, and that gives me my drive. But I mean, on a more personal note, I play a lot the guitar. I like writing stuff. So yeah, I have a lot of hobbies. Yeah.
Good. I mean, there's always that balance. All the time we have these conversations on LinkedIn, everybody's talking about business and it's nice, but we also have to remember we're human beings and we're not just a name. So I think it's important to communicate that kind of stuff. This has been extremely fascinating. I cannot wait to see Entro's progression in the market. We'll be following you and hopefully we'll have you on again at some time soon.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Thank you for having me.
All right. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this Securing Success podcast and join us for the next one.